Imagine this, you're just there, living your regular little life, trying to find a place to stay after moving out of a heavenly luxury condo. And that's exactly what happened with Adam and Eve. So yeah, after they moved to a simpler neighborhood, they started organizing their new life, and soon the kids arrived, Cain and Abel. Now let me tell you this the way someone would gossip on the porch. So girl/boy, picture this. Cain was that sibling who woke up early, put on sunscreen, and went straight to the garden to take care of his plants. He was the type who gets excited over fertilizer, you know? And Abel was the pet dad. He'd wake up hugging a sheep, chat with baby goats, even knew each animal by name. A true farm influencer. And even though they were brothers, they lived in that classic dynamic. I love you, but if you touch my favorite cup, we're gonna have a situation. They grew up like this, one playing in the dirt, the other taking care of the animals, each with their own special way of being. Life was peaceful, kind of like a soft soap opera episode, with shining sun, singing birds, and that vibe of today nothing's going to go wrong. I think. Now pay attention because this part is almost like a special cooking show episode mixed with a celestial reality show. So there were Cain and Abel, living their routine. One day they both had the idea, let's make a little gift for the supreme boss, like when you want to impress someone important and think, maybe if I put some effort into this, I'll even get a compliment. And here comes the juicy gossip. Sweetie, Cain woke up inspired. He stretched his back and thought, today I'll take some stuff from my garden to God. All fresh, straight from the farm. He picked some veggies, some grains, did a basic selection, but it wasn't MasterChef level, you know? More like, yeah, that's good enough. Meanwhile, Abel was in full perfection mode. Abel, my dear, looked like he was preparing a wedding reception. He chose his best animals, the shiniest, fluffiest, well-hydrated, brushed ones, and prepared an offering so pretty it looked like a supermarket commercial photo. The two of them went to present their offerings, hoping to hear a nice big, very good, my children. Cain with his cute little basket of neatly arranged crops. Abel with his fancy presentation, practically with background music. And that's where this part ends. Two brothers, two gifts, and a suspenseful moment worthy of a telenovela cliffhanger. Who's getting the bigger compliment? Now comes the part that feels like that moment on a cooking show when the judge looks at both dishes, raises an eyebrow, and you hold your breath like, oh no, here it comes. So picture this scene with me. Cain arrived all confident, right? He placed his veggie basket on the altar, fixed everything nicely, even dusted off his clothes like, there. I nailed it. But on the other side was Abel. And honey, Abel brought an offering so fancy, but so fancy, it looked like he hired a professional decorator. It was the full VIP farm combo. Then God went to check things out. He looked at Abel's offering and, imagine instant approval. It was like a mom seeing a report card full of straight A's. Even the divine smile sparkled. But when he looked at Cain's, it was that polite reaction, but without excitement like, oh nice thanks. Next. And that's when the tea starts boiling. Because let me tell you, Cain got that seriously face, you know? That classic big brother look you get when you find out the younger sibling got extra praise just because they added glitter to their school project. He got so bothered that you could practically see a gray cloud floating above his head. Droopy shoulders, eyebrows all squished together, the dramatic sigh that says, my day got 87% worse instantly. But wait, it's not over. God, seeing Cain in full grumpy mode, tried giving him some advice. Son, breathe. You can do better, just put more effort in next time. It's all good. But honey, Cain was in the don't give me advice today mood. And with Abel all chill, and Cain turning into a walking irritation meme. Now sweetheart, hold on. Because this part is basically that episode where the character walks around with a grumpy face the whole time, everyone notices, but nobody has the courage to ask what happened. So here we go. After the moment of praise for Abel, and Cain trying to smile but failing miserably, Cain was left with that sour little mood. You know when someone says they're fine, but their tone screams, "I am absolutely not fine." Exactly that. Picture the scene with me. Cain was walking through the field with a face so closed that if a bee flew by, it would zip away backward. His forehead was so tense it could cast a shadow. Abel, poor thing, was there taking care of his animals, all happy, whistling like someone who didn't notice anything. Classic brother who has no idea there's tension in the air. God, who sees everything and literally notices all things, came up to Cain with that calm, gentle tone, kind of like a mom trying to soothe a grumpy teenager. "My son, listen, you can do better. If you put kindness in what you do, your gift will shine too. But if you keep feeding this bad mood, that little cloud above you is only going to grow. Breathe, okay?" But Cain, my dear. Cain was in full, "I don't want spiritual coaching today" mode. He listened with that okay face, but inside he was like, "I know, but I'm upset and nobody is going to stop me from staying upset." And so it went on. Abel happy, God giving advice, and Cain going deeper into his dramatic main character phase, with distant gazes and an imaginary sad soundtrack. And that was it. The beginning of the official tension, that awkward silence where even the birds look at each other thinking, "Oh, better not sing right now." Now, my dear, this part right here is the peak of the biblical soap opera drama with a sprinkle of accidental comedy. That moment when you think, "Oof, this is not gonna end well, you know?" So let's continue. After days walking around with that "I got ignored in the family group chat" face, Cain had an idea. An idea that already looked suspicious, like an older brother trying to solve things his own way. Picture this. Cain turned to Abel with a smile that looked kinda, "Let's talk real quick." He went, "Hey Abel, come to the field with me? I want to show you something." Abel, sweet little innocent with a pure heart and his head in the clouds, answered, "Sure, bro. Let's go." And off he went all excited, like someone about to see a new plant sprouting. You can already hear the soundtrack rising, right? A dramatic violin in the background. There they went, walking through the field. Abel talking about the clouds, the sheep, the weather, and Cain silent, staring into the void, rehearsing a whole monologue in his mind. The conversation started normal. "So, Abel, about that offering thing, you know?" Abel, all cheerful. "Oh yeah. It was great, right? God liked it a lot. I was so happy." And that was the moment Cain's eye twitched. He took a deep breath, gave that diplomatic sigh, and the conversation heated up, not with anything harsh, just that kind of sibling talk where someone's pride is feeling stepped on. And then what happened? Cain, in a moment of very strong emotion, completely lost balance and ended up doing something totally wrong, leaving Abel, let's say, out of action, very still in permanent rest mode. Light, soft, no details, just like you asked. And that was when the field turned into that awkward silence. Cain froze, looking around, breathing a little fast, thinking, well, now things got complicated. The moment when emotions took over, and Cain made one of those huge mistakes that become headlines in heaven. And now we reach the grand finale. That moment when all the tension turns into a serious talk, a life lesson, and even a bit of divine irony. Sit tight, because here comes the ending. After that moment in the field, Cain stood there with the classic expression of someone who made such a huge blunder that even the wind seems to judge you. That silence that makes you want to cough just to break it? Yep, that one. Then God, watching everything in observer mode activated, decided to talk to Cain. But it wasn't a fight, okay? It was a firm, wise talk, like when your mom uses your full name, and you know a speech is coming, but it's coming with love. God came and calmly asked, "Cain, where is Abel, your brother?" And Cain, trying the classic "let me dodge this question," answered in a way that only makes things more suspicious. "Me? I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" God gave that expression of someone who already knows the entire story from start to finish, but lets you talk just to see how far you'll take it. It was almost a, "Do you really want to try that, my child?" The talk continued, and God explained that he already knew exactly what had happened. He showed Cain how wrong that action had been, and that it would bring consequences, said calmly, with no yelling, just a firm truth. Then God said that from that point on, Cain would have to start a new life, travel, explore other places, basically become the world's first ancestral backpacker. He would have to deal with the responsibility of what he had done and learn from it. But here comes the touching detail. God also placed a special sign on Cain. Not to punish, but to protect. It was like a universal message saying, "Look, this one has learned a huge lesson. No one messes with him." And so Cain left. He went to discover new lands, new horizons, new paths. Became practically a professional wanderer, someone who knows where to find shade to rest and lives with more wisdom. He may even have thought, "My goodness, how one unresolved emotion can stir up such chaos." And that's today's story. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.